Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Telecast-tv. I'm Mira Kongala. Sowore today at the FCT command of the Nigerian Police Force in Abuja confronted the Minister of Work, David Umahi, inside a conference room where the police operative had effectively set up for him about a woman who he has been making advances on for years, a married woman, Tracy Nicolas Ohiri, he had been illegally arrested in Lagos on allegation of cyberbullying, flown to Abuja and detained. Her alleged offense was accusing David Umahi of owing her 250 million for over 12 years, a claim that at its core is a civil dispute rather than threat. The matter as such, the police escalated it into a criminal spectacle. After unlawfully detaining her, the police facilitated a meeting in which Umahi was brought into the command to threaten, intimidate, and degenerate her inside a police facility until we arrived, and they immediately dismantled the interview and Umahi left angrily. After Umahi left, they refused to grant her bail or release her. So Sowore later learned Umahi promised that she will not be let out of the police command, but she was later granted bail. Now, this accusation made by this woman, is it true? Share your thoughts, share your opinion. Endeavor to subscribe. Don't miss trending video. Watch this video to the end.
He's indebted to her for a long time, but I don't think it ended as it's supposed to end. But let's take a listen to what played out and then we'll make our comments. Madam.
But Minister, this Sowore, you are not supposed to be using police to settle personal scores. You are not supposed to do that. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the Minister of the Federal Republic. You are not supposed to use police to settle personal scores.
Surely, what's your problem now? Surely, calm down. What's your own now?
I'm talking to you now.
Surely, you can't come here and talk. Surely, you can't come here.
No, please.
You don't come here and talk.
Don't push me.
I'll talk to you.
Don't talk to me anyhow. Don't talk to me anyhow. Don't talk to me anyhow. Don't talk to me anyhow.
So we understand that this has been ongoing for about maybe 12 years to the tune of about 250 million naira. She said the minister is owing her. I don't know, maybe that was a reconciliation meeting. She's not letting go anytime soon. She's been on social media. But what played out was between Sowore and the minister, trying to tell the minister, now we can argue why he had to put a camera on the face of the minister. Some people may not be comfortable with that, but perhaps you know Sowore pretty well how he operates, trying to say, look, if this is a personal score, you don't need to involve the police. And I think the minister to a large extent was very civil from what I said, apart from the overzealous security agencies that were around him and almost wanted to escalate the thing even further, because I think I heard the minister trying to say, there's a proper channel for you which you can talk to me on that. So I think civility will always win, and some of these agencies have to be a bit more careful. I know you want to protect your principal, but this will even further escalate what the man is trying to douse. But for me, if there's a problem and there's indebtedness and it's established, I don't think this is necessary for the minister. At least I've not heard from the minister's end purely because the woman has been speaking a lot. But this, I think, can be resolved without all of the drama we're seeing, guys.
Well, Jeffrey, you may have to put civility in context, because some have said perhaps it's because of the person who happened to confront the minister at that particular point in time that made it difficult for that person himself, and that's the human rights activist Omoyele Sowore, to be precluded from attack by the minister's, overzealous aid. So was that the case? Had it been it was another Nigerian who was speaking up for justice for this particular lady, would that Nigerian have lived to tell the story? I think those are the questions that we should be asking. And as far as, people management is concerned, there always seems to be a question mark on, the minister's abilities. It's either this woman or Stella Okengu on social media who is still in pursuit of compensation over her, estate, or, civil servants either at the ministry level or when he was former governor. We urge better people management around the Minister of Works and former governor of Ebonyi State, Mr. Dave Umahi.
Well, the woman in question, her name is Tracy Nicolas Ohiri. A lot of people might remember she used to do music. Now she's a businesswoman. In fact, she has put pictures of the things she did for the former governor, pens, jotters. She even put pictures that seem to show her with him in an office setting. So it's been very messy build-up up until this moment. And I think the issues have been laid bare. Even the federal government is owing contractors at this point. So it's almost like a thing, really. But it's important for the minister to speak to the issues and not intimidate her with the police as she has alleged. In fact, it was said that she was detained after that. Whether she's been released or not, we're following the story. But I just want to ask, if somebody is owing you in government, put your hands up. I'm sure there are a lot of people that will raise their hands right now, but it's important for the minister to clear their head.
I see your hand up.
Yeah, my hand is up.
If it's a debt that's been owed,
are you being owed?
Yeah, story for another day.
If it's a debt that is being owed the lady, I think the honorable thing to do is to pay. Except there's something else we do not know. To get out of all this, it's a bit messy, and it's 250 million that I know that Minister Dave Umahi, I'm sure he's a millionaire. He's a rich man before he even became governor, so he should be able to afford that. That is if it's a debt that is being owed. But that's those are the souvenirs and the invoice the woman has presented.
By the way, the invoice shows 25,562,500 naira. So maybe she's doing a calculation. I don't know if it's interest.
And she's even put out screenshots of private chats.
Private conversations. One of which we saw
this one is not going anywhere.
One day you will pay for insulting me. Well,
so it's not going anywhere soon. But I think that's much we can take on the program. Guys, we must thank you so much for being part of it as always. The final leg comes tomorrow. We'll be here by God's grace to make sure we bring you up to speed what's happening in the country. I'm Jeffrey Uzoma. Bye-bye.
Sunrise Daily is up next time. Bukola Kilka. Bye now.
Hey, let's keep speaking up. And if you can afford some of these glasses that record, absolutely. I think that's what the activist was using. I'm Kaido Kikilu. Sunrise Daily is next. Goodbye.
My name is T-Weldy Gifts, T-Weldy Billions, Tracy Nicolas Ohiri. In 2009, I met engineer David Umahi when he was the PDP chairman, and he invited me to his state to come and exhibit my craft. I'm into the business of corporate gifts. So I came to his state on his invitation 3 times. So one morning, he woke me up around 5 a.m. Then he was now the deputy governor and told me that he was going to contest as a governor, that he would be needing me to produce promotional gift items that he can use for campaign. So I told him, okay, sir, since we've had different presentations with you and you picked some items, I'll look through what you picked earlier and see, and also advise better what can be used since they are for campaigns. So I asked him, what about the mobilization? Because we had initially given him quotation. He told me to please go ahead, that he doesn't have money, that he is going to Abuja, that he has been going to Abuja to and fro to meet with Goodluck Jonathan to help him raise funds for his election because he's having problems with his principal. That is the governor as at that time, one Amechi. That was what he told me. So I didn't still go ahead. But he kept on calling me and pestering me because all the while we went to his state, this man never gave me money for fuel. He never gave us accommodation. I used to pay in his hotel. Also, I used to pay money in his hotel for myself and my staff. The only time he asked us to stay in his house, the man did not allow me to sleep. He tied towel on his waist and came into my room and was pestering me. I had to tell him, okay, wait, let me give my staff a Bible. I ran away from the place where he was and entered my staff room and they locked it. That was where I slept because of David Umahi's disturbance. So his staff, his boy, Silas Emeka, is aware of everything I'm saying. Okay, so we produced these gift items. I had to carry my children's school fees, gather money, borrowed money from even individuals, and produce these gift items. After I finished producing it, I called him. He said I should bring them to Ebonyi State. I hired a truck with my staff. We went to Ebonyi State, lodged in a different hotel, because each time we lodge in his hotel, which is obviously expensive, Osman Hotel, we pay our money. He is inviting us, but we are paying our money. So we had to lodge in a different hotel. So he told me that even as at that time he was in Abuja to source for fund for his election, he sent his boy to come and lead us from the hotel where we lodged to his house. The boy took us to his house, and we offloaded his goods in the presence of his wife, his children, and his workers. They took time, because the goods were not small. They took time to offload it in his house, and he told me thank you. He never gave us money for fuel. Even that day, we didn't have money for fuel. The driver had to provide money to fuel that truck, and we came back. It was not an easy journey, but we made it back to Lagos. So I gave him time, because I know that once they do election, they don't always have money immediately. So I gave him time. After 1 year and 8 months, I started asking him for my payment. While I'm asking for my payment, David is asking me out. While I'm asking for my payment, David is asking me to date him. I told him, sir, one day I got so frustrated. I said, sir, can you concentrate and pay me my money? Stop telling me about dating you. I've told you I cannot date you. He became angry and hanged up on me. The next thing, he sent me a message which is on my phone right now, by David Umahi's number. Everybody that knows David knows this same number. He sent me a phone, an SMS that I insulted him. I will teach you a lesson for insulting me. I can show it to the whole Nigerians. I can show that text message to the whole Nigerians. He said, I will deal with you for insulting me. So that was it. Since that day, he blocked me. He never picks my call again. Sometimes if I ask for my payment, he will tell me that God is busy. I said, sir, have mercy on me and give me my money. Let me pay my children's school fees. He will tell me that God is busy. So he blocked me, and he never took my number. So when I use another number and call David Umahi, that, sir, I'm coming to your state. And when I get to your state, I will block the government house. No vehicle will go in or out until you pay me. Do you know what David told me? David told me that if I get to Ebonyi, he said that I will not come out alive. I said, why wouldn't I come out alive? Are you not owing me? He said, what happened to those Nila engineers will also happen to me. That was the last time I spoke with David Umahi. So when my dad became sick, I needed to fly him to the US for proper treatment. I said, I have money. Why will I have money and be suffering like this? I started reaching out to David through other phones, because he has blocked my number. He said, let your father die if he needs to die. That was what David told me. So when my dad died, I was so angry. I came on social media. Remember, all these years since 2015, I have not brought it to social media. When the day my dad died and he was put in the mortuary, the next day I came on social media and started asking Nigerians to please come to my help, calling on Mr. President to plead with David Umahi to pay me my money. I am asking for my payment. My money is my right. I took risk with my staff to take this job to Ebonyi State. Shockingly, David Umahi sent policemen to my house. I just dropped my children off at school. Getting back, I've not even had my bed. They arrested me and brought me straight to Abuja here. And do you know the shocking thing? The most shocking thing I've ever witnessed in my life is David Umahi, right in my face, when he was brought for an interactive section with me by his boy in the police station, he's in the police force that he's using. Fakorode, David looked me in the eyes and said he has never met me. He said it yesterday. I have never met this woman before. I'm only meeting her for the first time. I almost died. David Umahi said he has never met me. I brought my pictures with David Umahi. I brought evidence showing me and David Umahi in his office as a deputy governor. Fakorede said, how are we sure this is real? God, I weep for Nigeria. I weep for Nigeria. I'm not weeping because of my money. I weep because the common man, the ordinary citizen, have no hope in this country. The country belongs to only the Nigerian politicians and their children. The resources of this country belong to only Nigerian politicians and their children. If they are not using you, my dear, you are of no value to them. If they are not making use of you for the wrong reasons, you are of no value to them. His son has just picked up a form to become the local government chairman of his place, his local government. This same boy was a small boy the time I produced these items and offloaded it. Do you know that David Umahi denied that he has no daughter called Paradise? Meanwhile, on the day I offloaded these goods, I was playing with his daughter in his compound, and he said, what is your name? He said, Paradise. I said, another one is Heavenly, who we are playing. So, do you know that Right now, his son is coming to also continue ruling Nigeria with the iron hand his father has been using to rule us. So you can see, what hope does this country have for the common man?
Now, Tracy Nicolas Ohiri has been granted bail by the magistrate here. I think this is zone 2, right? Yes. Magistrate Court zone, Worcester zone 2. After the Nigerian police vehemently opposed her bail, the magistrate, in his wisdom and industry, decided to grant him bail. He said very clearly, and this should be on record, that the constitution does not permit the remand of a person for perpetual investigation. The police has detained her for the last 3 days. They have molested and harassed her. They have denigrated her. They tried to reduce her to nobody. They brought the Minister of Works, put them in a conference room for the minister to do whatever she likes with her. You all saw the video. And they shamelessly came here today to even come and present the video as evidence of why she should not be granted. Somebody who's fighting for her right. But the magistrate did very well and granted bail. I think the sum was 1 million naira, 2 persons in like sum. I opted in court to be one of the sureties. Even though I'm having problem with, because I'm an environmentalist, I don't have light and water bill. I use borehole and I use solar. But we will have that conversation to ensure that the bail condition is met. This is a defeat of tyranny and oppression. And we can't proceed without thanking the Nigerian people, especially those who have intervened across board on social media and beyond social media, that's offline and online, to say this injustice shall not prevail in their time. We know the police and we know the Nigerian government. We want to use this opportunity to reach out to the new acting Inspector General of Police. This is what I was telling him yesterday. They have to end this nonsense in the police. The idea of police being used to harass citizens who are freely demanding for better governance, who are demanding for their right. If he continues under his regime, which started yesterday, we will have no option than to face him as well, the way we face his predecessor, who is now disgraced out of office. But a lot of people are vying for Disu. He's a decent person. I am not in the business of vying for the police. I'm in the business of asking for fundamental rights for Nigerians. So we'll go ahead so that the police, they're not happy, you can see, they're very unhappy. So that they will not have any reason to say the bail conditions were not met. We have asked them to exercise patience. It's still not 4 o'clock yet, and the judge is available, so that we can proceed on the bail, so that they can also go back home and do something meaningful. I said something today, and that's why I will stop today. If I was president of Nigeria, all the policemen involved in this thing will be sent to Kwara to go and fight Lakurawa. Whether you are male or female, I will put you in your uniform to go and do real police work. It's because you people have nothing to do. That's why you are picking up shandin and beef and corn on behalf of people who have no integrity. If David Umahi feels that he was maligned, he can go to court. He knows what to do. Because when they are rigged out of elections, they don't go and ask the police to arrest their opponents. They go to the tribunal. But because they know Nigeria is a banana republic where anything goes, just go and give money to some senior police officers and they will help you do whatever you want them to do. So please, the police officers around, I don't want them to show your face. I don't have anything personal against you, but respect yourself. Go back to your office and let your bosses know we are processing her bail, because she must go home tonight. Today. She has 2 young kids that are still being breastfed. And those kids have not offended anybody, just as she hasn't offended, and the magistrate made it clear. So, lawyers, you can chip in while we...
Thank you, gentlemen of the press. So today has been a very glorious day, because just like the days of the old, when the common man had faith in the judiciary, today has reinstated hope for the common man. Today, a judge looked at the Federal Republic of Nigeria and told the Federal Republic of Nigeria that he will do what ought to be done according to the law. No matter who the nominal complainant was, no matter the interest involved in this matter, the judiciary has once again restored hope for the common man. Despite the vehement objections and frivolous excuses of the federal government and of the Inspector General of the Police, of course, as an office and not the new IG, this has reinstated that one thing is very, very clear and one thing is very, very sure. If you are the common man out there listening to me, there's hope in the court. Not every court you go to is an hopeless situation for you, no matter the power that be. And I want to sincerely thank all Nigerians that stood behind us. I want to also thank my colleague Chike and even Marsha in absentia for, as we have done the needful, and she's here. She's going home by God's grace, and we'll continue the matter as it has been adjourned to the end of April 2026. Thank you very much.
Opportunity to thank Nigerians. The love has been massive, and I want to tell you that this is for every common citizen who have no voice. And I want to send a message to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please, sir, it is high time you clean up your cabinet. A lot of these your ministers are here to tarnish the image of your government. Imagine David Umahi, whom I met as a PDP chairman when he had and was nothing, has now made money and acquired power through politics to oppress me. This man woke me up by 5 a.m. begging me to produce these items for him. Right now he has made money and he denied knowing me. Last night, my conscience would not allow me not to inform Nigerians that in this Asokoro cell where I was kept, there are 4 young men with families who was exported from Ebonyi State to Abuja here. They've been in cell for more than 33 days on the instruction of David Umahi, using his boy, Fakorode. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, end this corruption, end this oppression against the Nigerian common citizens. We all are the bona fide owner of this country. This country does not belong to only Nigerian politicians. Please, thank you, Nigerians, and thank you to everyone. I appreciate you people. Justice must be upheld. And David Umahi said he's going to institute a case against me, 3 different cases in Ebonyi State. Now he wants to send me to Ebonyi State. The same Ebonyi State, he said I should not come in. That when I come in, he will do to me what he did to the Nigerian engineers. The same Ebonyi State, he said if I come in, he will terminate my life. He wants to institute a case there. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please take note.